Hey, what's up everybody? How y'all doing today? So another YouTuber that I watch fairly frequently reviewed The Breakfast Club and I'm like, you know what? I remember that fucking movie and I own it. So I dusted off the classic, I threw it in my Blu-ray player and I was like, you know what? This movie holds up just as well as when I was a child. If you have not seen The Breakfast Club, you need to get off your millennial ass and check this shit out. Because on the scale of classics, this is one of those movies that is actually pretty fucking special. And I say that because nowadays, they would never make this movie. Basic premise of the movie, it's about 5 kids that are in detention, but they have to be there all day on a Saturday, and they're all from different cliques, but they all have to find a way to put up with each other. And throughout the movie, you learn more about yourself, you learn more about authority figures, and you learn more about people that are different than you. And to answer your question, yeah, I can't recommend this movie enough. The gorgeous Molly Ringwald plays the popular princessy type person, Emilio Estevez plays the jock, Anthony Michael Hall plays the dorky, nerdy character, Judd Nelson plays the kind of outlaw, rebel asshole of the group, and Ali Sheedy kind of plays the creepy future homeless person without any friends. And overall, just in general, the acting performances from these guys were fucking amazing. And just the topics that this movie covers is just really cathartic by the end of the movie, because it talks about stuff like how small your world is when you're a kid, and there's a whole bunch of other philosophical shit that gets talked about, but just watch it and you'll feel it way more than the way I would explain it. The music is great, it's a little bit dated, it's super 80s, and it's all just simple synth and beats type of shit, but it's like all the music meshes very well with the mood of the movie with whatever particular scene they're in. Like when it's tense, it feels tense, and when somebody blushes, there's blushing music, whatever the fuck that means. And when someone's angry, there's angry music. And of all the movies that John Hughes directed in the 80s, this is by far my favorite one of his. And one of the main reasons is because Judd Nelson is my fucking spirit animal. He is sarcastic, he's a prick, he does not take shit from anyone. I'll usually take shit from some people, but at some point I'm gonna verbally shit all over you after the fact. In other words, I connect with him very much, and I wish I was as smart and witty as he is. And he's probably the reason why I laugh at half the shit that I laugh at nowadays. And I've also come to realize that there are two kinds of people in this world. People that think Molly Ringwald's the hottest chick in the movie, and people that think Ali Sheedy is the hottest chick in the movie. And I'm talking about at the end of the movie. If you've seen it, you know what I mean. And to be honest, at the end of the movie, I was on Team Sheedy, because I find her way more intriguing. Molly Ringwald still is a cutie, though. I mean, who can say no to that? And I'll reiterate this again, this movie is something special because it will never get made in Hollywood today, and if it did, it would be some indie movie that played at a couple film festivals and maybe got a limited theatrical release or some dumb shit like that. Like, you talk to a producer and say, hey, I want to make a movie about 5 kids sitting in a library all day. They would be like, well, is there a zombie apocalypse? Or do aliens try and take them away? Or do they shoot each other or something? Or what's up? And you're like, no, they just talk. No producer would make that fucking movie now. But lo and behold, there's a lot of people that would contend that this is one of the greatest films ever made. Don't get me wrong, I like big budget movies, I like, you know, smash bam pow type movies, and I love Star Wars, but movies like this are completely lost on us nowadays. This movie helped shape my childhood, and it also helped me grow a sense of empathy towards other people. Like, this is a very special movie in my opinion. The only negatives that I have about the movie are that it's a little bit dated, like you can tell what era it's from, and there's a couple sound effects and a couple like dancey things that are happening that are just a little bit goofy. And then there's a scene where a long conversation is going on, and you can tell that it was a little bit choppy in a couple areas, like it didn't seem like a totally natural progression for the conversation here and there. But it didn't happen very often, and it wasn't like too far from it, but they like usually steer back on course eventually. So two of the minorest of negatives. Now, normally I like to veer away from scores when it comes to childhood nostalgia type things. The child in me thinks it's a 10 out of 10, but I gotta shoot it as straight as possible for anybody that hasn't seen it. If you have not seen this movie, I implore you, go fucking watch it. This movie is an absolute fucking classic. Some people might think it's just about a bunch of whiny teenagers, but when you hear the reasons why they are the way they are, you begin to grow with them and you begin to empathize with them. It's a whole other type of movie than you might think. But anyway, guys, those are my thoughts. What are your thoughts? Have you seen this movie? Have you even heard of it? Hop in the comments, let me know what's up. Other than that, if you like this video, give me a like, subscribe, do all that other bullshit, and I will catch you guys later.